All right. Well, hopefully you're all staying warm wherever you're at. And hopefully you're enjoying your day off, spend a little bit of time with your family, and getting ready for the rest of the week. This is video one of our Middle East review. Once again, our quiz is going to be on Friday, February 1st. There's going to be a series of 4 videos. And video one, which this is video one, is identifying the countries. When we began this lesson on the Middle East, the first day of the semester, you had a map of 20 Middle Eastern countries. We graded this in class, and you should have this in your records. It would be a great resource to study before Friday. So as we look at the Middle East in the world scale, here we have it highlighted on this map. Okay, here is Europe to the northwest. We have Africa to the southwest, and once again, because of the share of religion and language, many people identify part of Africa as the Middle East. And then we have Asia, which we studied in November and December. And the Middle East is where all those continents meet. Now, there are 20 different countries that we need to know for our quiz on Friday. These 20 countries, there's some hints and some tips on how to remember which country is which. So we'll flash back to a couple of maps today. First off, we'll look at the world map that we were just on. Now we have a regional map, and then we'll go to a blank map to test our skills. The first thing that we need to know to understand Middle Eastern countries is we need to know the alphabet. As we look at the alphabet and we get to the letter I, we then see a pattern for Middle Eastern countries. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And once you get to I, that's where we kind of have a hint on how to memorize Middle Eastern countries. I for Israel, then J. Then put an I in between each letter until you get to L. So I, J, I, K, I, L. So here are those countries. Israel, then Jordan, then Iraq, then Kuwait, then Iran, then back to Lebanon. This is the order in which you can remember them. Israel, Jordan, Iraq, Kuwait, Iran. Now, as we look at the map, we just need to travel west to east and back in using our alphabet. So the letter I, right here is Israel. I, J. Next to Israel is Jordan. Then put another I in, Iraq, which we talked about quite a bit in class. So I, J, I, K. K would be Kuwait. And then we add another I, Iran. Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. How do you identify Iran from Iraq? Well, it would take a lot longer to run around Iran as opposed to Iraq, because as we see here, it's much larger. So if we know our alphabet, we know I, J, I, K, I. And then lastly, after K, we have L. And it doesn't make any sense, but we go all the way back to the Mediterranean Sea, and here is the country of Lebanon. So if we know our alphabet, I, J, I, K, I, L, we can identify Israel, Jordan, Iraq, Kuwait, Iran, and then all the way back to Lebanon. The next countries that we want to look at are Turkey and Syria. And really, there's no great tip on identifying Turkey and Syria, but some people state that Turkey looks like an actual turkey. So if this is the turkey's head, this is the turkey's wings, and then it's the body of a turkey. I don't know. And then they say Syria looks like the other wing of the turkey. I don't know. Use your imagination there. But that's what people say. So Turkey and Syria, they are the farthest to the northwest when it comes to the Middle East. Okay, next, let's look at the Saudi Arabian Peninsula. Now, we talked about Saudi Arabia quite a bit in our history of the Iran and Iraq disputes, as well as the Persian Gulf War. Saudi Arabia is our #1 ally historically in the Middle East. Even though there's a lot going on right now with Saudi Arabia and the United States in foreign relations, Saudi Arabia has been an ally that we have tried to protect in that region. This peninsula between the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf, and then the Gulf of Aden, this is where we had the story of Captain Phillips, if you've seen the movie, in the Gulf of Oman in the Arabian Sea. This peninsula right here is a Saudi Arabian peninsula. It's a large desert. So to remember the countries that are there, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, United Arab Emirates, Oman, and Yemen, we can use a couple of tips. Okay. First off, Saudi Arabia is the largest. There you go. That's all you need to know. Yemen starts with a Y and looks like the top of the letter Y. Yemen. Bahrain. Notice that Bahrain is an island. It looks like a little drop of rain in the Persian Gulf. Bahrain. Qatar. Qatar starts with a Q. It looks like a little Q-tip. Notice that it's a peninsula within the Persian Gulf. It's a peninsula that's on a peninsula. Qatar starts with Q, and it looks like a little Q-tip into the Persian Gulf. And then finally, we have the United Arab Emirates, which starts with a U, and geographically, it is shaped like a U. So United Arab Emirates looks like a U. And then Oman. As we look at Oman, Oman is right over the ocean. Oman is over the ocean. So once again, Saudi Arabia is the largest. Yemen looks like the top of a Y, the letter it starts with. Oman is over the ocean. United Arab Emirates looks like a U. Bahrain looks like a little drop of rain. And Qatar looks like a Q-tip. Okay. The last countries we're going to look at: Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. Okay. Afghanistan, Pakistan. Remember AP, Associated Press, Adrian Peterson, Adam Peters, whatever you want to come up with, something of AP. P, Pakistan, they say it looks like a dinosaur. Okay, a dinosaur. So I don't know, but Afghanistan, Pakistan. These four countries up here, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan, come up with a saying, T-U-K-T. And one thing we came up with a couple of years ago is Turkmenistan usually kills Taj Gibson. That's what they came up with. Come up with something that's T-U-K-T. Turkey's usually, whatever you want to say, Tajikistan. Okay? So that's our way of memorizing the Middle East. So once again, we have Israel, I, J, Jordan, I, Iraq, K, Kuwait, I, Iran, L, Lebanon, Turkey, Syria, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, top of a Y, Oman over the ocean, Bahrain, which you can hardly see here, but it is an island, Qatar as a Q-tip, and the United Arab Emirates. AP, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkmenistan, usually Uzbekistan, kill, this is Kyrgyzstan, Taj Gibson, Tajikistan. These are some hints on learning the Middle East countries. Make sure that you use the graphic that I gave you in the folder of the Middle East with the map to test yourself. Also, feel free to watch this again and use Lizard Point. Once again, these are the 20 countries that you'll need to know, and these 20 countries will be on your quiz.